Hey everybody, it's Rochelle here. I just wanted to come on and show you guys how I maintain my wash and go all week. This hair is 6 days old, but before we begin, I'd like for you to subscribe, stay with me, stay with me. Anyway, so it is morning, late morning, but it's morning. And, oh, wait a minute, girl. I didn't set my makeup. I like to spray that first, let it dry out a little bit, and then spray this is what I use during the week, the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix setting spray for oily skin, oil control fixing spray. I use it during the week because it's cheap. On the weekends when I'm hanging out, I use my Urban Decay All Nighter. All right, now that we've got that done, we'll dry down in a minute. I just want to come on to show you guys how I maintain my wash and go, because that's my preferred hairdo. If I am not protective styling, I'm always in a wash and go. Always, like 100% of the time, okay? But first, let me just explain. All right, so at night, before bed, after my shower, I put my hair in these mini pineapples, okay? And I just put it in and I go to sleep because I have a satin pillowcase, so I go to sleep without this on or anything. When I wake up in the morning, I take my shower, I get my edges just a little bit wet because I think gel adheres better to like wet hair. I think gel adheres better to wet hair. I don't know why. It works for me, okay? So I get out of the shower and then I gel my edges down and then I tie my edges up with this while I do my makeup, okay? So now I'm done my makeup. Let's take this off. And I use Eco Styler gel for my edges. It actually works for me. So as you can see, my edges are pretty laid, which they don't have to be that laid, but as long as they just look kind of uniform. Through the day, they kind of lift a little bit from like this, and it's still kind of wet. But even when I take my hair out, as you can see, it'll start to kind of pull it up just a little bit. But as long as it's kind of uniform, I'm okay. Okay, so the first thing I do is I get rid of my pineapples. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I have one in the middle. And it's important for me to put a pineapple right here because I think that a lot of times people split their hair down the middle and they separate like this, and then they start to notice breakage down the middle of their head. Okay, so be very careful with making these uniform parts and also only concentrating on the middle of your hair, or an exact way that you do it every time. So as you can see, I don't have any parts. I just lightly pull my hair apart, pineapple, pull apart, pineapple. And I use these little scrunchies. They're very small. As you can see, they're kind of like satin, so they don't break my hair. And if I run out, I use one of these, okay? Very small. And I do not twist them over. As you can see, I just put them on one time, okay? And the reason I do that is because I don't want to pull my hair out. I don't need to. I like lift, but I also like a little bit of volume here. And I feel like if you tie it too tight and you make the ponytail too tight, you're gonna lose that volume here, and it's gonna just be like out. And now you're gonna kind of be forced to kind of re-wet your roots a little bit just to get them to kind of fluff up a little bit. Or I do anyway. I'm not sure what happens to you guys. So now I have all of my little scrunchies out. Okay, and what I do at this point is I go in, I never really start separating my hair unless I put a serum or an oil in my hair. And I like this serum because it has silicone in it. And this is the New Look Garnier Fructose Sleek and Shine Anti-Frizz Serum with argan oil from Morocco. Frizzy, dry, unmanageable hair, instant sleek, proven strength system. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, what I like about this, it has silicone. With that being said, I know a lot of people don't like silicone, but the thing about this silicone is that when I go outside, I don't lose volume. My hair doesn't frizz up because the silicone is separating my hair from the humidity outside. And I live in South Florida where I have a lot of humidity, okay? So I need some protection from that, and that's what this does for me. So what I do is this pump gives me a lot. I get one full pump, okay? And it gives me a lot. As you can see, it's very runny. And I just kind of put it in my hands, around my fingers, and then I start to separate. And I make sure to rub my palms on my hands on my hair. Oops, I forgot one. And I make sure I rub the palm of my hands in my hair to make sure I evenly distribute the serum. And then I begin to pull apart. I begin to pull all the ponytails apart. You can see my gray patch, but that will go away in a minute once my hair all gets fluffed out. But I just begin to fluff and pull all the parts apart. And I know most people do this with a pick, but I find doing it with a pick too soon is kind of damaging. It starts to really pull the hair out and stuff like this. This way, when I pull out with my fingers, I can feel if I need, if I separated my parts, or I meshed my parts, I should say. Using all the wrong words as usual. So I just pull it out, separate, make sure I pull. And what I'm doing is I'm not pulling like this. I'm pulling like this. I'm using this motion, okay? This motion. Less damaging, less anything to not damage your hair, okay? I just move pretty fast because I've been doing this for a while now, so I'm accustomed to it. But yeah, so once I feel like, and I also use my fingers to like give me volume in my hair, almost like a pick would do. But I love doing this with my fingers because, like I said, it's just very, it's much better, you know, it's less stressful on your hair. Then I go in here and I just kind of, you know, see that? Much better. So now what I do, once I feel like I've separated the pineapples, make sure the back is done too. Sometimes I'm like in the day and I'm feeling in my hair and I'm like, wait a minute, this pineapple doesn't feel separated enough. I hope you guys heard that. I felt like I was mumbling. I was saying that sometimes later in the day, put my hands in my hair and I feel like, oh shucks, I didn't separate this pineapple well enough, you know? So now that I feel like I've done a pretty good job at separating my hair, getting a little bit of volume, things of that nature, I go in with my pick. Now I use one of two picks, but my favorite pick is this one. If I can't find this one, I'll use this one. And I say if I can't find this one because sometimes my son, he's 2, he gets into things and he misplaces my stuff. So with that being said, I have like 2 of almost everything in my house because he misplaces things, and when I'm in a crunch, I don't have time to look. Okay, so now what I do is I go in and I take my pick and I just pull a little bit, just a little bit, for a little bit of height, just a little bit. And again, this is a 6-day-old wash and go. 6 days. I normally go back in and co-wash in the week, like in the middle of the week at the 3rd day mark. But this week, I used a new product and I didn't like how my hair came out initially, but it kept the moisture like all week long. Normally my wash and goes are a lot bigger, you know, but this yeah, see how you can barely see my gray anymore, because once I pick it out, it kind of just gets lost in there. So I don't pick all the way out. I just kind of do a little bit more separating with the pick and just pull up just a little bit for a little added volume. But yeah, the product that I use for this wash and go, I like the after 2 day effect. Like after I pineapple that first day, I was like, oh, I'm digging this wash and go. I'm digging the product. I'm really liking the fact that my hair doesn't feel dry. Like sometimes I do a wash and go, and by the second day I'm like, oh, my hair is so dry, I gotta wash my hair. But I don't know, it could be because of the Garnier stuff as well. But actually no, I'm lying, it's not because of the Garnier. Because when I use some other products, I do my wash and go, I get up the second day and my hair feels so dry, so I always have to go in and spritz with water first. This is water, it's just I put it in a different container, but I spritz with water first, and then I have to go in with my Garnier because it just is too dry. But with this, I don't have to. I just go with my Garnier. And I know most people don't like to do that. They like to wet their hair first. I don't know. My hair doesn't feel dry. And like I said, I really use it just to take away the not have frizz for the day. And also to give my hands something to slide across my hair with. I never want to put my dry hands in my hair without some type of lubrication, so I use a serum, and it also further gives me added shine. Is this a low-key review? Is this a low-key review, Garnier? I guess it's a low-key review, okay? But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how I take care of my wash and go, and this is how. Since I've turned a year, I've gotten a lot more volume, and I love it. So hope you guys love it too. Thanks so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.